chug, 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 chug.
This week's Drink of the Week segment is brought to you by Party Balls. Everybody remembers drinking out of a keg back in the day, but there was nothing like going to a college campus, walking into the bathroom and pouring a cup of beer out of a party ball in the bathtub surrounded by ice. This week we have Samuel Smith's Nut Brown Ale, brewed at the Old Brewery Tadcaster.
Sure. Yorkshire's oldest brewery, it says.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Tadcaster on the side. Yeah. And North York,
Okay.
England.
It is 5% alcohol. It is brewed at a small traditional British brewery with well water. The original well sunk in 1758, but is still in use today. It's the best barley, malt, yeast, and aromatic British hops. Nut Brown Ale is relatively dry with a rich reddish-brown color, an inviting nutty flavor derived exclusively from a generous amount of roasted barley. Samuel Smith has the richest, maltiest, and nuttiest of the brown ales. In addition to the back of the label, besides the paragraph that we just read off there, there's a picture of there's a picture of some horses, and it says Samuel Smith Shire horses are used for local deliveries 5 days a week. So they still deliver this beer by horse-drawn carriage in this town in Britain. Hell of a label.
Yeah. I actually had this cold. I know usually, in England, they like to drink their beer, room temperature, but I'm a cold beer guy, so I have mine cold.
Yeah, mine's cold as well. This is by far the most informative label I've ever seen for a beer without even taking a taste.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's on the label.
It's on the label, and it's a pretty looking bottle too. You got the gold leaf wrapper around the top neck of the bottle. Nice British town picture there on the front.
The bottle itself is stamped with Samuel Smith on it.
Yeah. You really want to get your product across and know what you're drinking. This label will give you all the information you want to know about Samuel Smith's Nut Brown Ale.
Your biography on the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'm handing in a book report.
Here, teach.
Yeah.
So now the most important question: we like the label, but will we like the beer?
Well, let's take a sip and find out if we like the beer.
The aroma, smelling it, smelled really good. I'm not sure about the taste though. For a 5% beer, that has a powerful taste.
Oh well, yeah. You definitely as the label describes. The maltiest and nuttiest of brown ales. You definitely get the hops and the barley for sure.
Yeah.
This is definitely along the line of a brown ale, for sure. One of the more flavorful ones that I've had.
Yeah.
Brown ales.
It does have a lot of flavor to it. I'm just not sure I like the aftertaste.
Brown ales aren't my beer of choice. If I'm looking at if I'm gonna pick an ale, I don't know if I necessarily am gonna be drawn to a brown ale.
No. Yeah, I like brown ales, more traditional ones that I've had here in the States. So I don't know if that's the difference between this being a British brown ale and maybe American brown ale, but the aroma, like as soon as I opened it and just smelling it, I love the aroma. I think it smells good. It makes me want to drink the beer, but yeah, it's something whenever I'm drinking it, I get the nutty flavor that they were talking about, and like the traditional brown ale palate too. But yeah, there's something about the aftertaste that just isn't doing it for me.
Now, do you think because this is a traditional British beer, and as we said, you drink it at room temperature, you think the flavor is different because it's cold?
That's a possibility.
If you walk into a pub and you were to get this, out of a keg, room temperature in Britain, I think you get a different taste than drinking it cold out of a bottle in the States. So they ship it directly to Seattle, and then it's distributed out of Seattle, Washington. It's good. I'm not disappointed that I'm drinking it.
I don't know if I had a 6-pack of this, it would probably take me a while to get through the 6-pack, or I'd have to power through it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I would be interested if I were to drink at room temperature and just see, because I bought it at room temperature and put it in the fridge.
Mm.
But maybe if I just buy it and drink it at room temperature, see if it's different. I don't know. What would you give it on the sumo scale, 1 to 5 sumos?
Yeah, I'm really trying to decide that. As soon as I took the first sip, I've been trying to figure out where I'm going to put that in there.
I don't know. Like, what is it about the aftertaste that you're not digging? Like, to me, it's not like a bitter beer aftertaste or like a burnt.
For me, yeah, it's like kind of like a burn and a bitterness.
I mean, you definitely got the bitter beer face going on for sure.
Yeah.
Like, that's, I mean,
4 sumos.
There's enough flavor that I think I could give this a 2, but I don't know if I'd give it much more than that.
oh wow.
I don't absolutely hate it, because I think there's so much flavor in here. Like I said, the aroma and the flavor palette of it, I actually like. It's just there's something in there. Like I said, the bitterness and the burn that it's just not doing it for me. And
You think it's the barley or the hops? Like, are you a big hop guy?
Maybe because it's like a British style hops. Maybe my palate just doesn't like that, or isn't used to it. I'm gonna go 2.25.
All right, I'll go 2.5.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go 2.5. A little bit stronger than you. I'm not getting the bitter aftertaste that you are. I don't remember drinking like a true British brewed brown ale before.
Yeah.
So to me, this is like my first one. Like I said, I definitely think it'll taste differently if you were in a pub in Britain and you walked in and you got it in a mug at a pub. You know what I mean? It's just like Guinness. Like, people drink Guinness, cold here in the States, but if you ask for a cold Guinness, over there, you're gonna get punched out the bar.
And I like Guinness here, but they say the flavor profile over there is so much different, and that's a bucket list item for me, is to have go to the Guinness factory and get a beer from there at some point.
Yeah, and like you said, that goes with the barley and the hops and that it's different there than what it is here. So yeah, the flavor is going to be different. Like I said, I'm not disappointed in it. If I was at a beer exchange and this was one of the beers I got, okay, I'm glad I had one. But I'm not going to go buy a case of this.
No, I agree.
So all right. Well, that was this week's Samuel Smith's Nut Brown Ale. In the upcoming weeks here, we got some winter warmers and some Christmas ales coming at your way to ride out through the end of the year. And then maybe we'll switch over and get into some hard liquor there, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
All right. As always, we ask that you pick up your 40s in your brown paper bags, your solo cups, your shots, your bottles, your cans, whatever you're drinking to with us this week. Raise them up high and to good ships and wood ships and ships that sail the seas. But the best ships are friendships, and friends will always be. Salute.